What's up, everybody? Justin here to do a new best of show. Top 10 best of. Best top 10 Japanese wrestlers I've ever seen. Now, sadly, I've only seen of this top 10 best of, I've only seen Tajiri. Tajiri I've only seen live in person wrestle. But this top 10, I'm a fan of all these guys. They're really good Japanese wrestlers. Number 10. Number 10 is the Ultimo Dragon. The guy's a legend. I believe he's still wrestling. He is not retired. He is 51 years old currently. He debuted on May 13th, 1987. And at one point in the 90s, the late 90s, Ultimo Dragon, when he was part of WCW, the guy held 8 or 9 titles at once. Titles from different promotions, and then he became WCW Cruiserweight Champion. So again, at one point, he held 9, 8, 9, 10 titles. He was defending 10 titles at one point. From about December 96 through January 4th, 97. He was defending 10 titles. Because he held 10 titles. He mostly worked in his career. He mostly worked for All Japan Pro Wrestling. But he has worked in Mexico. He's worked for AAA. He's worked for WCW. He's worked for WWE in 2003 to 2004. I wish Ultimo Dragon got a better run when he's in WWE, but he did not. It says WWE announced he was released from his contract after he asked for his release to go back to Japan. It's just, the guy's a great wrestler, great worker, great high flyer. Number 10, Ultimo Dragon. Number 9. I'm looking up because I got some information on these wrestlers' careers. So number 9 is Masahiro Chono. Masahiro Chono debuted in October 1984. He's mostly worked for New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's worked for a lot of other companies also. He was part of the NWO in WCW in 97, 98. So what else has he done? He's held a ton of titles. He won the NWA Championship, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. He won it in 1992. I believe he defeated Rick Rude. I'm not really sure. But the guy's held a ton of titles. He's won a ton of awards from Tokyo Sports, Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards. In 1992, they said his match against Rick Rude at Halloween Havoc was one of the worst worked match of the year. I don't think it's that bad. But Rick Rude and Masahiro Chono, their styles didn't really fit. But the guy's a great wrestler, great worker. Number 9 is Masahiro Chono. Number 8. This guy's a legend. Riki Choshu. Riki Choshu debuted August 8th, 1974. Riki Choshu worked mostly for New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was, I believe, the youngest to ever win, or maybe I'm wrong. He was one of the youngest to become IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Also, Riki Choshu is a guy. He was a part of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was also a wrestler and a booker. He's considered one of Japan's most influential wrestlers for his work in the 80s and 90s, and is known for the first wrestler to popularize, I can barely say that word. He's the first wrestler basically to ever do the Scorpion Deathlock and Sharpshooter. He's the first to ever do it. Bret Hart and Sting have said Riki Choshu is the guy they saw do it first, and they stole it from him. The guy's had a lot of titles. He's got a lot of awards. Match of the Year, 1904. From Tokyo Sports against Antonio Inoki. Match of the Year, 1905. Match of the Year, 1993. The guy's held a ton of titles. So, number 8 is Riki Choshu. Number 7, Shinsuke Nakamura. The guy's a legend in Japan. The guy's IWGP champion. Nakamura's a legend. He is number 7. I'm very happy Nakamura came to WWE. I'm a big fan of his. Number 6. Number 6 is my favorite female wrestler. Number 6 is Asuka. Love her to death. Big fan of Asuka. I will always love her, always will support her in her wrestling career. Very happy Asuka came to WWE. She was totally dominant. Had a great debut. Went undefeated for over 2 years. Was undefeated for a really long time. Like, I believe about 900, almost 900 days. She was undefeated. But before Asuka came to WWE and debuted in NXT, before that, check out her work on YouTube. Kana. Type in Kana. K-A-N-A. Asuka was Kana. She was very good as Kana. She wore creepy face paint a lot of the time, and a lot of times she didn't. She worked in Japan mostly, came to the U.S., worked in Shimmer, women athletes, and she did very good in Shimmer. She had a lot of good matches. She actually had a really good match with Ember Moon in Shimmer, when Ember Moon was Athena, and Asuka was Kana. They had a very good match, like, over 5 years ago in Shimmer, before they did in NXT. They have great chemistry together. So, I suggest, if you've never seen Asuka as Kana, find her matches online. Kana was great. So, where was I? Number 6, Asuka. Number 5, Taka Michinoku. Guy was great. Guy was better in Japan, but he had a good run in WWE. He was the first ever WWE Light Heavyweight Champion in 1997. So, number 4. This guy's a legend. Big fan of this guy. The Great Sasuke. The guy's a legend. Guy's held a lot of titles. Guy's a great high flyer. Let's see if I can get some information on him. anyways, I'm not going to look up his information, but number 4, the great Sasuke. Look up his matches. Try to find him on YouTube. The guy was great in his prime. He was also a part of ECW in 97. He was part of the first ECW pay-per-view, Barely Legal, was the great Sasuke in a 6-man tag. I believe Taka Michinoku was also in that 6-man tag. I believe they were a part of Michinoku Pro Wrestling in Japan at the time in 97. So, number 4, the great Sasuke. Big fan of that guy. I don't know if he's still wrestling, but I believe he's in his 50s. Number 3, Tajiri. Yoshihiro Tajiri. The guy was great in Japan. The guy was damn good in ECW. Where he really developed his character. And Tajiri was mostly exposed to the U.S. fans by ECW. The guy didn't speak much English, but who cares? His promos were good. He would yell in Japanese. And his character was really badass and cool. Tajiri had a great run in ECW, became ECW Tag Champions with Mikey Whipwreck. They were a great team. I enjoyed them as a team. Then Tajiri went to WWE, had a pretty good run. Was Cruiserweight Champion, was Tag Team Champions with William Regal. So number 3 is Tajiri. The guy is one of the best wrestlers, high flyers ever. One of the greatest Japanese wrestlers, Tajiri, number 3. Number 2. This guy is fantastic. I am such a fan of this guy. I wish he was in WWE. I wish he was in NXT. I wish he's in Impact Wrestling so I could see more of the guy. Because I don't have time to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I watch too much wrestling as it is. So I don't have time for New Japan. I watch NXT, WWE, Ring of Honor, Impact. I watch a lot of wrestling. I also try to watch indies. So, I also watch women's promotions, Shimmer and Stardom. So, Kota Ibushi. Number 2 is Kota Ibushi. The guy debuted on July 1st, 2004. He's currently a part of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He made his United States debut for Ring of Honor in 2008 to 2010. He wrestled in Ring of Honor. Went back to New Japan from 2009 to 2016. Kota Ibushi, the guy's had a storied career. And he's only 35 years old. I would like to see Kota Ibushi still be in WWE someday. If he's a part of the Cruiserweight division, I'm okay with that. The guy should be Cruiserweight Champion. Ibushi in June 2011 defeated Prince Devitt, aka Finn Balor now, to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Kota Ibushi, guy's a A+ talent. The guy's a great worker. Great high flyer. The guy's done things and done moves I've never seen before. I mean, Kota Ibushi, the guy really impressed me when I first saw him at the Cruiserweight Classic. The guy really impressed me. I became a big fan of him the minute I saw his few matches in the Cruiserweight Classic. The guy had classics in that tournament. Guy's had a lot of titles. He's currently in the tag team with Kenny Omega as I believe their name's the Golden Lovers. Yeah, Golden Lovers. Really good team. Kota Ibushi, number 2. The guy is damn good. Number 1. My number one favorite, and in my opinion, best Japanese wrestler, my number 1 is Jushin Thunder Liger. Jushin Liger, number 1. The guy's great. The guy still has it. And he's like over 50. I believe he debuted in the early 80s. I don't have the year, but I believe he debuted in the early 80s. So number 1, my number 1 favorite, and in my opinion, the best Japanese wrestler ever. Number 1, Jushin Thunder Liger. That guy really had an impact on me. Watch him as a kid in WCW. I just thought the guy looked like a superhero. The guy looked badass with his mask and his gear. So number 1 is Jushin Thunder Liger. Who are some of your favorite top 10 Japanese wrestlers, male or female? Tell me your top 10 in the comments. So I'm going to give a few mentions that did not make the top 10, but they deserve to be mentioned. Tatsumi Fujinami. That guy deserves to be mentioned. That guy had a legendary career. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame. He debuted in 1971. He was trying to look up his career. I believe he was the youngest IWGP champion ever. I think. Got a lot of really good moves. Guy was just damn good. IWGP Tatsumi Fujinami, IWGP Heavyweight Champion 6 times. Held the WWF International Heavyweight Championship. I believe that was a title in Japan. Pretty sure. So it was a WWF title, I believe. It says he was international WWF International Heavyweight Champion. It was recognized by Capital Wrestling Corporation and the World Wrestling Federation and New Japan and UWF. Also, WWF International Tag Team Champion. Was a tag team championship from 1969 to 1972 in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Guy's in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, class of 2017. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame. Tatsumi Fujinami, legend. Guy's a real legend. Deserves to be mentioned. Others that deserve to be mentioned. Kenta, aka in the WWE as Otami. Hideo Itami. Used to be Kenta. Check out his matches in Japan. The guy was great. So, Itami, he deserves to be mentioned. Because the guy's still damn good. He deserves at least, if he doesn't get a WWE Cruiserweight reign, he deserves to be at least a tag champion, or US champion, or Intercontinental champion. I don't know. WWE hasn't really used him the right way. They haven't booked him the right way, in my opinion. Yes, he did get injured, I believe, twice. But he's healthy now. So there are the mentions. Fujinami and Hideo Itami. There's a lot of others I could mention. I don't know if Bo Nakano is from Japan. I don't know that. I think she is, but I'm not for sure. There's many others I could mention. But, I gotta mention this guy. He was not in the top 10. He definitely could have been. The Great Muta. The Great Muta deserves to be mentioned. That guy was fantastic. A+ talent. Had great matches with everybody. Had great matches with Masahiro Chono. Had great matches with Sting. Had great matches with everybody. Did the Great Muta. Hope you enjoyed this best of top 10 best of Japanese wrestlers that I'm a fan of. Again, what's your top 10 favorite Japanese wrestlers that you have seen? Tell me in the comments. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great weekend.